What happened on Sunday? What is this event that we're talking about?
Saturday.
Saturday, you knucklehead.
Did I say
It's Saturday.
I hate these Saturdays pay-per-views, man.
It's Thursday. You know what time it is. Time for the hottest wrestling podcast on the planet. Beyond the Barricade with your hosts, Dollar Bill, the Cleaner, and the Brain. Let's get started.
This is going to be an interesting show today, folks. Please explain, Brain.
All right, we brought in a couple of our other friends to give some other opinions on the results from SummerSlam this past Saturday. In the top right corner, we have Fitz Balor.
What's going on?
Bottom right, we have the Animal, the Beast from the East.
What's happening?
Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah.
So,
all right.
So we had some really interesting results on Saturday. Let's start it off with the first match. Logan Paul and Ricochet.
What happened on Sunday? What is this event that we're talking about?
Saturday.
Saturday, you knucklehead.
Did I say
It's Saturday.
I hate these Saturdays pay-per-views, man. I'm so used to Sunday.
No, PLEs now, remember?
They're PLEs now.
No. I will take the Saturdays. I'm not taking the PLE.
Oh, God. All right. What was I say? So, first match, it was Ricochet with Logan Paul. So,
What was the name of this event? This is the thing. We're not
Cleaner. Don't make me come down to Bayonne and beat your ass.
No,
he got hit in
this
the back of the head with
proper-
a chair.
This is proper. This is proper television. You can't just get in. You got to let the viewers know what happened on Saturday.
We just mentioned it 2 minutes ago.
I swear to God, I did not hear the name of the show.
You know damn well it was SummerSlam, you knucklehead.
Yeah, thank you. See, that's what we're supposed
And I
to
said
do.
we're going to go over the results of SummerSlam
It was
I
this
didn't
past
hear that.
Saturday.
I didn't hear SummerSlam, so
You did say SummerSlam. I heard
okay. Then I must have been tuned out, like I wasn't even tuned into the show.
Cleaner, you took too many chair shots again, man.
How many times did Vinnie Mac get you this week?
Oh no! See, it wasn't Vinnie Mac. It was Anita. He took liberties on me.
All right.
And for our friends, Japanese deathmatch legend.
Onita.
Oh, yeah.
So, speaking of,
We started out with Logan Paul versus Ricochet. And Monday before SummerSlam, things got heated between the two of them. It got really heated
crazy buildup.
with some of the comments from Logan Paul.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
You know, when you bring somebody's fiance into the conversation, it's going to create some heat.
Oh, yeah.
Cheap heat.
Very cheap. Very well worked. And it actually came to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
The match was very good.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Again,
Couple of little missteps here and there with a couple of moves. But it was a very, very good match otherwise. But it was still a kind of a hinky, cheap finish.
yeah, I hated that finish. Like, I was like, I don't like what the hell, brass knucks. I don't know what. I was thinking, what is some random YouTube fan that gave him those knuckles or something? Like, what? It was great too. I enjoyed the action between the two of them. You know, Logan's really improving. I know he still screws up a little bit, but I'm not going to hold it against him because
Everybody screws up once in a while.
Everybody's going to botch. It's normal.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I just see him and I see him really put his heart into this, and I hate it when everybody keeps calling him some cheap YouTube flunky. I was like, I mean, we've seen
He's
worse.
a legitimate athlete, without a doubt.
Definitely, without a doubt. Half the shit he would have done, he would not be doing if he wasn't an athlete.
Yeah. I mean, he's had an impressive boxing career.
I mean, speaking about that boxing, I'll give props to the guy. As soon as his match was over, he was on a plane and on the way to his brother's fight. So I give him
And he
props.
was in his own ring gear too, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed up at the ring with his brother in his ring gear.
Do you know where the his brother's fight was?
Texas, I think.
I think it was Dallas or something.
Yeah, Dallas or
Wow.
Galveston. Dallas?
Yeah, it was in Dallas.
So wow, he went on a plane to Detroit and to Dallas and made it in time. That's props.
Props to that. Good
He's
pilot too.
he's got his own private jet. What do you expect?
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, but even private jets, like they still have to follow certain speeds.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why-
when you got the money, you can afford that, I guess.
Yeah.
That's still a 3 to 4 hour flight.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, but in reality, 3 to 4 hours is nothing compared to like a 16 to 20 hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it does. Fitz, what did you say?
What'd you think of the match, Fitz?
Paul finally got his win after over a year. Last year SummerSlam. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a rematch between the two down the road.
Oh, I think we're definitely going to get a rematch
I think so too.
because Ricochet's not going to let it go down like that with the brass knucks.
True.
Hell no.
And the fact of the matter is that after the match, he taunted his fiance, telling her, "Announce my win again. Announce it again." And you saw her; she didn't want to announce it, and she never did. But you know
Yeah.
Ricochet is not going to take that lightly.
Nah, definitely not.
Nah. See if we could build to a rematch possibly in the future. When is another story. Payback?
I would venture Payback.
Probably.
Yeah.
Between Ricochet and Logan Paul.
Except no more outside YouTube junkie interference. I'm calling that.
Oh no, we're going to get a 3-match set out of this.
Yeah. Waiting.
Logan wins the first one. Ricochet's going to win the rematch, and then it's all going to be paid off. Probably at Survivor Series.
Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, that could be possible.
Either that or just a steel cage match.
Probably Steel Cage, yeah.
I mean, I can't see him drag it all.
I mean,
Could you?
You don't think it'll drag that long?
I mean,
Nah, I don't think so. You think this has enough?
Nah.
I don't know. It could.
It's possible. But you'd have to really gauge the numbers and just to really say that.
Right.
If Fitz got a point, it's possible. But
Yeah, it is a long time to Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
November to remember. Yeah. There's also, but the best thing is, I love the way Ricochet works with Logan. Like, he's really, considering how good he's working with him, it also shows he could be really good in working with a lot of guys. So I'd see him really staying around for a long time with WWE, just working with people, helping him get over and whatnot. Good stuff.
So wow. November 25th.
Oh wow. Is that Black? In where?
Chicago.
Rosemont, Illinois.
So
know.
the Allstate Arena.
Yep.
I know Rosemont. Sweet.
Yeah, that's usually That's still surprising that that's WWE's place to go in Chicago. It's not the biggest arena in Detroit or in Chicago.
I'll
Yeah, it's outside
go to
Chicago.
the United Center.
They run that. I think it's once over the last 30 years, or maybe twice. But supposedly they just have a good relationship with the Allstate Arena, so that's why they still go there.
Yeah.
They were just there 4 years ago.
Yeah, they did United Center once in like 30 years, I think.
SummerSlam '94.
And then I do remember they did a house show
94.
after that. But that's it.
Mhm.
SummerSlam '94, and then a house
Yeah,
show.
that's like the first year the building opened.
Wow.
And
I remember. I know the building, but jeez, man.
They've
Yeah.
been to Rosemont 3 times.
What's that?
They've been to Rosemont 3 times.
Yeah, but the United Center is the biggest arena in Chicago. And
Yeah, I know that.
the thing is, you know why I think the reason why they don't go there is because that was like a WCW venue. Then now it's an AEW venue.
Yeah.
So
What
was the next match?
Next match was a rubber match. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar.
That seemed more like a
This was
slobber
an
knocker.
This was an absolute slobber knocker.
Yeah.
And it was 90% one-sided of a slobber knocker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There were multiple trips to Suplex City.
Oh,
It was just an absolute mauling.
so who thinks that Cody Rhodes' story has ended, or is it still beginning?
Oh, it's just starting.
Yeah, probably.
It's
Brock might-
just a rebuild,
But
probably leading up to WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
I mean, Brock gave him the nod of approval,
Right.
unplanned, by the way.
and for Brock to do that,
But then
absolutely.
he also at the end of the match while shaking his hand near the end, didn't he like suplex him again, if I remember correctly? So
No,
No.
he gave
It
him a hug.
was clean.
okay.
Yeah,
Good
everybody
job.
was expecting him to,
Yeah,
but he didn't.
true. Well, I mean, if he would have, then that's where we could say the story's still going between at least him and Brock.
Now the story between him and Brock is over. Now he's going to start looking for his next
His next chapter.
The
Yeah.
next chapter. The next episode.
his next course.
Yeah. Yeah.
His
Now,
next
I'm
course on his feast.
not sure about you guys,
Mm-hmm.
but I've heard a rumor that supposedly they want to hold on to him until WrestleMania 41 in 2025. Supposedly that's when he's planning to retire, and that WrestleMania is going to be held in Minnesota.
Yeah,
How would you guys feel about that?
What?
I
Brock?
see it happening.
Yeah,
Brock's going to retire at
retiring
41.
Oh, I was like,
at 41 in his home of Minnesota.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds about correct. I mean, who wouldn't want to retire in their hometown? I mean, so
Exactly.
And Fitz, what do you think his opponent's going to be if he retires?
When it could be when Brock
hard to tell because there's not that many people around when he was around.
You know who it should be?
I don't think
It should be Shelton Benjamin.
Good idea.
Ooh, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually almost forgot about that. Shelton Benjamin's still around, and they were once tag team in the old
OVW.
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah. And think that's a good idea.
You know what's insane is that place is still around.
Yeah, because Al
Mm.
Snow owns that now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going for a walk with Fitz.
Where you running off to, Fitz?
Go pour myself to a different.
I think
Gotta
he's
get
running
another
a,
Steve Waza.
I think he's running
What
a
was that?
sugar high with all that Coca-Cola he's drinking.
It's actually Coke Zero, but who's counting?
Well, pretty much it's
Hey,
0. So
just because it has a zero doesn't mean that it doesn't have any sugar.
Oh, I know. They have like
Yeah.
substance and all that crap.
All right. Here's the match that should have been on the kickoff show.
all right,
And
shoot.
I'm actually surprised they didn't have a match on the kickoff show.
Mm-hmm.
The Battle Royal.
They didn't have that. Wow. I'm actually
No, they had
surprised.
the Royal, but not as the first match.
Hmm. Well,
Battle Royal was the third match on the card.
But there's no way.
Interesting.
There's no way you're not gonna put your most over talent on the pre-show.
That's true.
I think in
Yeah, it is true.
every show they should literally have a battle royal just to showcase some of the wrestlers that ain't be making it on actual TV.
No, see, they used to do that for WrestleMania, and that's how they should keep it.
Right. Yeah.
Just have
Exactly.
and it shouldn't be like streamed or anything like that. It should be just for the in-house crowd,
Yeah.
because that's what they used to do.
Yeah. I mean, at least
Yeah.
get some of the wrestlers that ain't being in the actual show where it's on televised. At least get them to wrestle in front of the crowd, showcase their talent. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not for nothing. It's kind of hard to showcase your talent in a battle royal.
Yeah. Yes
It's
and
just
no.
20 to 25 guys, upwards of 30 guys in a ring.
Yes
Not
and
much
no,
room
but
to
like,
move around. And
what you could do is once you have most of the guys kicked out or whatever, you leave some of the ones that you want that that will showcase their talent. And you have like 4 of them and let them do their thing before they kick each
which is
other
what
out.
they did at the end.
Oof. That was my neck.
I mean, they had one of the biggest wastes in that whole match was Omos.
And let them do their thing before
I'm sorry. Omos is an absolute waste.
Yeah, I mean, look, listen.
He's just a giant. I mean,
if they used him in an actual giant purpose, then that'd be all right. But they use him in so many odd ways.
They don't know how to use him.
Well, I've always thought that maybe they could try to use him like an Andre the Giant, but in order to do that, he's also got to have some charisma too. And honestly, I don't think he's got that.
He's got none.
Very little, very little.
I feel
zero, but
bad
little.
because I've heard rumors that he's a good dude in real life, but
Well, I have no doubt he's a good dude, but he's not over.
He's.
I mean, did you hear the crowd when he came out?
Yeah.
The crowd
loud
went dead.
I know.
I thought it was,
Half the crowd started going for the concession stands. But
No
when they
time
found
like
out
now.
he was out of the match, they all poured back into their seats.
Yeah.
I would love to have been there.
That.
It's like I'm waiting in line and get my damn hot dog. Hey, almost got eliminated. Oh, see you later.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like I said, I can't down him, but
They don't know what they're doing with him. What they need to do is they need to send him back down to developmental to relearn.
Or just keep him enforceable. If they still keep going through his hurt business and just keep him as just as like the enforcer, and that's it. And they'll put him in matches.
Yeah. like
You
they
know?
had him originally with AJ.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is where enhancement talent comes in. They could just set up a good couple of weeks of enhancement talent, him just whipping their ass, and you could build something off of that.
See,
That's
that's
how
what I
you.
was
But see,
thinking. That would be the Andre the Giant type thing, where they
I mean,
use some of
that's
those enhancement talent and they let him kick their ass, like make him
that's
a
how it used to
monster.
be. Yeah, that's how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
You'd use it enhancement talent to get like new stars over,
Yeah.
and
I
then
Why
mean,
you
are they
put him in
doing that?
a
they were
mid card
doing
feud.
that. They were doing that somewhat with Braun Strowman at the beginning of his start. So
Yeah, when
why
they,
can't they do it with this dude?
it's
because
not
like
that
I
they,
said,
it's not that they
he's
can't.
not over.
That's how you get
He's
him
not.
over,
He's
though.
never gonna be over.
Never say
Anybody
never.
could be over. Anybody could
Never.
be over.
Yeah, never ever say never. We've seen it happen before. Is it a good chance? Don't know, but
But
never ever
remember,
say never.
we're talking about a company that punishes people for getting over.
Yeah.
They do got a point. I mean, look at some of the wrestlers that we know now that were maybe mid card, maybe lower card, and they got over pretty good. So
I mean, hell, there's a
it
bunch of
can
people in
happen.
AEW that got over on their own and were punished for it.
Right.
You know, and like this is now obviously it's hopefully going to be different under Triple H. But then again, we're a year into his booking. But then again, Vince is already back, so
Yeah,
who's really in charge?
I am.
you wish.
I know. Hey, I got the money. Just I got the time.
So start spreading it around, pal.
Yeah,
Why?
come on, let's get this company going.
I know, right? Yeah, I
Can you
go.
lend a brother $50?
Yeah, brother from another mother. We'll talk.
There's a certain Japanese talent that's coming over in a couple weeks that I would love to book if we had a show. That's why I'm going down to Philly to see her.
uh,
Dade, who?
Julia.
Oh.
She's making her first time ever. She's wrestling. She's one of Stardom's biggest talents. First time wrestling in the United States. Hell, first time wrestling outside of Japan. When New Japan comes to Philadelphia in a couple of weeks. So I will be making a trip to go see both the shows down there.
Nice. Good for you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Cool.
So if anybody's down there and they recognize me, come say hi.
Ooh.
I'll be. You can meet my awkward person. You can meet my awkward ass in person.
Just to
I
give
think
you a
they'd
heads
rather
up.
meet your face, not your ass.
yeah, I've
Just a
actually
heads up.
met.
And again, how can you tell the difference?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There
Oh.
she is.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm such a big fan of her because she's half Italian and half Japanese.
Oh wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Yep.
Look at that
She's one
belt
of
too.
Stardom's. Yes, that's their white belt, their mid card belt.
Damn. I like it.
Half Italian and half Japanese. That's an interesting combination.
Yeah, father's Italian and mother's Japanese. All the belts in Stardom look like that. But they
I
Amazing.
actually like the design.
so it's the same design, it's just different colors. So
Kinda
that's
like
the white
WWE.
belt. Yeah, like that's the white belt. Then you have the red belt, which is the world title, and then you have their 6-man actually. The black straps are the tag titles, and then they have the 6-man, which is orange, light blue, and another color that I can't remember right now.
Oh, I see it here. 1 second. I'll share this one last one before we go on, because I wanted to show you what he's talking about.
Yes,
Is this
pink.
what-
Yeah,
and
so
look at it down here.
the red belt is that's their world championship. I think it was actually in our for anybody that's in the Facebook page, it was in our championship tournament.
Yeah,
Man, look at that though, man. That's a kick-ass design.
Yeah,
that is a nice design.
that's why I like
Now,
Japanese wrestling.
Joshi.
Yes, Joshi.
Joshi Gatsky desu.
So
Looks like it's being Japanese.
the fact that they're latching on to LA Knight is a good thing.
Finally.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've heard reports that there are apparently some people within the company. I don't know how high that they're scared that they're gonna mess it up, like they always do. I hope they don't, because Eli Drake is a good guy.
Hmm.
Eli Drake, yeah.
I was going back and watching. So he used to have this talk show on Impact called The Facts of Life, and he always had like a button right in the center. So he'd press it and it'd go, "Dummy, yeah,"
Yeah.
and then he was just going. He just kept on doing, "Dummy, yeah, yeah, dummy, yeah, yeah."
Clear.
Lost
Fall.
your
Yeah.
headphones. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Cleaner botched. Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
no, I was watching that and I was like, yeah, no, 'cause he's genuinely a funny dude, and he's gotten himself over at TNA, NWA, and now WWE. So
Hmm.
good
And you
dude.
know what's so weird is that like Paul Bearer was managed him. He was basically Paul Bearer's last
Yeah,
wrestler that he managed.
I did
Yeah.
see that. I just forgot which company it was.
Yeah, I can't remember what company, but it's when Paul Bearer obviously was going by Percy Pringle, his actual name, or his actual independent ring name.
I'd use Paul
But
Bearer too if that was my name.
yeah, but
I
yeah,
actually think Percy Pringle's his government name.
Yeah. I
yeah.
don't
I
really know
wish
it's
I could
Pringles.
have met him. That would have
William
been
Moody.
so cool. Because I've met Kane, but I wish I could have met Paul Bearer.
There's lots of people I wish I could have met. The
True.
one that still I'm kicking about is fucking Jay
What was that,
Briscoe.
Fitz?
Anyway,
Fitz, what was that? Yeah. Hey, you got anybody? There's a lot of people I was like I wouldn't meet, but we gotta save it for another show because that's a good
Yeah,
one.
definitely.
That's a different idea. Next on
All
the
right.
card.
The MMA match. Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey.
Was it really?
Yeah, no.
I wasn't nowhere near.
Absolutely.
He's right. Worst match.
Uh,
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think people are considering that even an MMA to begin with.
Hell no.
It was just a freaking fight. It was
Part
like
of
a
me thinks
street fight.
part of me thinks I was just trying to show off to what's that company that's buying out WWE?
Endeavor.
Yeah, Endeavor. Probably showing, look, we could do UFC fights, and they're like, and that was looking like, really?
No, you can't.
Yeah, really?
Well, I'll tell you what. Supposedly, that's where Ronda's next stop is. She's heading back.
Oh
To
yeah,
the
what isn't?
Octagon?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
rumor
You know
that
what?
she's.
Let her go back to the Octagon because her stints in WWE were very boring.
Like, it's like
I
a
mean,
certain level, but
she
not.
hit like a thunderbolt and then flatlined like a cadaver.
Yeah.
I think her best match out of everything, her two best matches were her debut match with Kurt Angle and the triple threat match with Charlotte and Becky at WrestleMania 35.
Agree.
No, you know what I think was what the one match that comes to my mind is her and Charlotte from Survivor Series 2018. That's the one that comes straight to me, like my mind.
I'm not saying it wasn't a great match, but in my opinion, her two best matches were her debut match with Kurt Angle against Stephanie and
Yeah.
Triple H, and the triple threat match, winner takes all, against Charlotte and Becky.
You just unlocked a memory there. Anytime I hear "winner takes all," I always think of that Survivor Series promo from the Alliance versus WWF, and it's just Vince McMahon going "winner, winner, winner takes all." Like that's all I can think about when I hear those
Yeah.
words.
But yeah,
That was.
her stints, 2 stints in WWE, thankfully were very short, and I now think, thankfully, they're over.
Yep.
Because she may have been over, but now she's over.
I tell you what, that triple threat match that we were talking about, I think she tried to shoot on that finish.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like
I wouldn't be surprised either, but
that's the one thing about like Ronda that always like it seemed like she never wanted to give back to the business.
not really.
No, not used to it.
Yeah,
She
not used
seemed
to it.
she seemed like it. She did in the beginning,
Yeah,
and then once she got a taste of success, it started to get into her head that, oh, I don't have to do as much to give back,
yeah.
and that's
So,
when people started to dislike her and not want to work with her.
like that, there's no reason it should have been a triple threat. It should have been Ronda and Becky.
Well,
With Becky going over.
you know what I find funny is that
Yeah.
she's supposed to be a wrestling fan and a big Roddy Piper fan, and the moment fans crap on her, she gets all defensive. She, as a wrestling fan, should know that fans are going to crap on whoever they feel that's not that good or they feel
Mhm.
that's not ready, and she gets really mad defensive. I like her, but I mean, do we all maybe think that she might be good in the ring as a wrestler? Maybe not.
No.
UFC,
Not
yeah,
enough. No,
UFC,
not
she's a
really.
badass. But
Was.
well,
Probably
was
still is
yeah.
outside the ring. Outside the ring.
Well, I mean,
But
yeah, like don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she
Yeah.
can't kick, man. That's of course she can. She's a trained fighter.
It's like she can
But-
fight, but she can't perform.
She
Yeah.
she lost her like last like 4 fights, I think, in UFC.
Yeah.
But what
But,
did y'all think? What did y'all think about their promos that they had when they were, talking about each other?
Oh, the Shayna Baszler promo.
Yeah, what
Was
y'all think
top
about
notch.
hers and Ronda?
Ronda's promos were lackluster at best.
Nah, she was
It's like she
alright.
didn't really give a damn. She was just going through the motions, reading the cue cards. Shayna was feeling it. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. Exactly, Bill. But Shayna was definitely feeling the promos more than Ronda was.
She needed a bullet point. That's it.
Right.
Just says, talk about this. And that's it. But I think Shane's gonna have a much brighter future now. How far she'll go?
Yeah,
Who knows?
Shayna just had a good match today against Zoe.
Well, Monday, remember.
On Monday, yeah.
On Monday, she had a good match against Zoe.
Yeah.
And of course the crowd's looking like responding for Shayna versus Rhea.
hmm
Shayna versus Rhea. Book it.
That'll be a good
Hey,
match
what's
to
happening,
eventually
bro?
book down the line.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, but overall, that even at the ending, it was just like, oh, I think
Tommy, lost your video.
oh, there.
There he is.
Hey, I'm here.
All right.
I just
Let's
had
go on
someone
to
come in. I didn't want to put them on video. So.
Nah, it's cool.
It's fine.
All right, next one.
Next one was the Intercontinental Championship
match.
Yeah.
God,
that I'm surprised the building is still standing with how hard hitting that match was.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Gunther. He can hit. That's like they say, oh, he hits. No, he can hit.
Like I've always said, Gunther chops will turn your bones into dust.
Right.
Man, Inoki must be very proud of like looking down, Gunther smiling. Because Inoki was like kind of crazy in what to do with his chops, and even Flair's probably looking. But yeah, Gunther is showing his tenacity, and I gotta say, I love the fact that they're also protecting his power bomb.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I remember hearing the other day. That actually made me sense. Like, oh yeah, they're actually protecting his power bomb, not just having people just kick out.
Yeah.
You know. And it was a good match though, because Drew can perform.
Yeah.
Right. The funny thing was Drew was I was watching on on Peacock before SummerSlam, the top 50 finishers but this was a 2012 version.
Yeah.
And it was interesting seeing a young Drew back then talk about finishers. Like, wow, so young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before he left, as we could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, good match. And the question is, you think Gunther's going to make it to Honky Tonk's reign?
Yes.
And
Yes, I actually do.
how much was it? Fitz, how much? What was it? Question is, when and who's going to be the one to shatter his record?
By at least the end of the year.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You don't think, Cable?
I mean, if they keep on the feud with him and Gable, but who knows? It could change. They could move him on to somebody else.
It could, but we got maybe probably WrestleMania. He'll probably lose it by then, or probably WrestleMania. He'll probably have his streak broken. But who will be the one is the question. Ooh. Nice build up, but
Let's see. As of right now, Gunther is at 423 days and counting.
What was Honky Tonk was what?
454.
Yeah, so that's by any 2 months we'll do it. So October then. Well, maybe by he'll probably have it by Survivor Series.
Dude, he'll have it before Payback. He's at 423 days right now.
Oh, okay. And you said Honky Tonk was 440 something?
454.
That's about 20.
They're going to make him the longest.
31 days.
He's going to hold the record for the
well, if they make him the longest,
record.
Then, like I said, by the end of the year, he'll probably lose it.
I think he's going to hold it until WrestleMania.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, because as of right now, out of all number of reigns and combined days and recognized by WWE, he's sitting number 8 on the list. He's 11 days behind the Warrior. He's 14 days behind Razor Ramon. 20 behind Tito. He's 31 days behind Honky Tonk Man. Then after that, you got 3 guys who've held the title multiple times. You got Don Morocco with 2 title reigns, combined days of 541. Second is The Miz with 8 reigns, 597. And the number 1 guy is Pedro Morales with 2 reigns, 619 combined days.
Damn.
So they're going to make him the number one Intercontinental Champion of all time before he loses the title.
423. That's about 619. That's a bit about 200 days, which is about 12 months.
That's
About at least a year.
You know what I want to see?
What's
What would
that?
make him the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time?
What's that?
It's got to bring back the honkometer. The honkometer. Is Santino Morella's honka meter?
God.
He's got to bring that back. I saw somebody else mention that, and I was like, you know what? He needs it. He's like,
Yeah, well, right
once
now
he's
it's
creeping on the
Santino
record.
Morella's an Impact, so I don't think that's
Well, no,
coming
just
back
have
anytime
the
soon.
just have the meter for Gunther. He's got the head. I demand. I bring back the honka meter.
Because you're like, what
He
the
would
hell?
never lower himself to that.
Nah.
I saw
Gunther-
somebody bring it up, and I was like, he did. No, that's got to come back.
Gunther's going to take one look at that and be like,
No.
Get this away from me.
Oh, we
Get
lost
the
Fitz's
F-
video.
Gunther would
Oh,
be
Vince
like
got
Okay.
Gunther
That's
would be
proven.
like Furio from Sopranos. Stupid, you know what, meter.
Yeah.
Stupido. Stupido. What are they?
I'm not gonna say
Oh,
the
there you go.
curse. I'm not gonna say the curse word, but you know where I'm going with it.
Vaffanculo.
Oh, yeah.
Si, senor. Si, senor.
Vaffanculo.
Crap from. All right.
So-
Never mind.
Next one is the World Heavyweight Championship match.
Oof.
Balor versus Rollins.
That was brutal. There was some
Fitz,
spots.
how could you ruin that match? How could you lose that match? It was freaking in your hands.
Yeah, especially that part where he basically threw Seth into the barrier. It's just the same thing like years ago. I was like, nice touch. And then Damien.
Then, of course, Judgment Day comes out and fucks it all up.
Damien. Senor. ¿Por qué?
Senor Money in the Bank.
Señor Money in the Bank, ¿por qué the title? No.
And you
no makes
heard
sense.
Balor saying, no, we're going to stick to plan A.
and now he might have beef with Priest.
It's building.
Yeah, they're setting that up.
Mm-hmm.
They're setting that up
Mm-hmm.
where
Probably.
something's going to happen where Balor's going to win the title somehow. Priest is going to come in and cash in on Balor.
Right.
Ooh. Survivor
Which
Series.
is what we thought was going to happen on Saturday,
Yeah,
but it didn't.
I wouldn't have picked that. That'd be too soon. That'd be too soon.
Think Payback? Or
Nah. What's October's pay-per-view? What's that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd probably say Payback. Maybe he'll do it, but maybe even Survivor Series. He might do it. Because they
Maybe.
might prolong the, Will Priest turn on Balor. They might do it.
okay, so we got 3 things going on in September.
Okay, shoot.
We got Payback on the 2nd.
Right?
We got WWE Superstar Spectacular in India on the 8th.
An idiot. And
I'm looking to see they haven't announced the card for that one yet.
it'll be the janitor versus the referee.
And then NXT No Mercy on the 30th.
What is this, September?
Yeah.
No
We
mercy.
also got to remember, I think it's, hold on, let me check.
Then in
the date.
October they got Fastlane.
Oh, okay. Fastlane's October. Okay.
And then also, were you talking about general wrestling pay-per-views or no?
Yeah, the PLEs, the pay-per-views, the other stuffs.
Yeah.
because we have All In on the 26th and All Out on the 2nd.
Right. We'll just
Hmm.
that's gonna be interesting on the 2nd.
On the second day. But right now we're just focusing more on WWE. Everybody else is gonna chill for a little bit. So
I can't have that.
no pouty. There's a no pout zone.
You won't hear from me for another 10 minutes.
I have the ability to mute, but I'm not gonna use it.
I do it. I'll mute myself because I won't have a clue what we're talking about.
But yeah, the Seth Rollins
Nice.
and Finn Balor match is definitely a good match. Brought back a lot of the heat from 7 years ago at SummerSlam.
Yeah, me
Great
and
action.
Vince, we were there too. Remember that?
Vinny, cleaner.
Wait, which show was this again?
SummerSlam from 2016
Yeah,
No,
when they first fought. I was
when they
there
fought for
at
the Universal
Barclays.
Championship.
Yeah,
No, I was at the night before. I was at Takeover.
yeah, I was there at the Barclays Center.
Wait, did you say Vince or Fitz?
Fitz.
Fitz, not Vince.
Fitz.
So you were with you guys went together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I was
For
there
a
for
second,
that one, and then I was
thought you
there
said Vince as
for
well.
I was there for the other two SummerSlams in the Barclays Center as well.
Nice.
I went to all 4 takeovers in Brooklyn. Well, technically 5. The 4 SummerSlam weekend ones, and then the WrestleMania weekend one.
5 weekend I went to.
That was the only WWE show that entire weekend I went to. Was the takeover.
Okay.
That was
We had a
fun
good
times.
time at that one NXT show.
Yes, we did. It was the night before Royal Rumble 2018.
Yep.
Where you got me yelled at by Bobby Fish.
Yep. He's never gonna let me live that down.
No.
Fitz, I'm going to Fitz tell the story.
What happened there?
Oh yeah, no, Fitz was with us on that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple rows away from the front row. It was Kyle and Bobby. I forgot who they fought. Was it the Authors of Pain?
No, yeah, Authors of Pain.
And I think like after the match was over, they were walking by, and Vinny was trying to congratulate Bobby Fischer, trying to say something like, "Oh, you're the man" or some shit. And
I was just clapping.
yeah, and Bobby just like snapped on him apparently.
No, you know why? Because Brain said, "Bobby, you suck." And so he looks back, and the first person he sees is me clapping. And he goes, "You have a stupid beard." Mind you, he had a beard as well. I think that's where he get it. And I'm like, "Oh, hey, I'm cheering for you."
And we had a good time because we ran into our buddy Eddie
Yes, we did.
Bendito Jr.
And I wish I could have gotten a picture with Kari. She's so small though.
Yeah, she is.
Oh yeah, mini, but adorbs.
That's all right. John could tell you he got yelled at by Jeff Jarrett at an Impact show in Asbury.
All right, your turn, John.
Jeff Jarrett.
I was front row by the stage. Yeah, I was front row by the stage. Him and a couple other his friends were front row on the other side, and I could see them. And all of a sudden, Jeff Jarrett, as he's trying to get on the one side of the ring, they're yelling at him. So what he do? He turn around and starts yelling at them and stuff. I have a picture of it. I gotta find it and then I'll try to show you guys. But yeah, it's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Never drew down.
All right, triple threat.
Triple threat.
Charlotte, Bianca, and Asuka. It was a very good match.
Very good match. Very crazy match.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So was that a shoot? I heard rumors of she got hurt, but was it a shoot injury or was it just part of the match?
It was
Mm,
part of the match.
yeah, I think it might have been part of the match.
Yeah, because some people were thinking that it might have been a shoot injury. Mm. But you know what? The ending is something that should have been happening a long time ago. Io Shirai finally got her dues.
Mm-hmm.
So goddamn talented. Finally, she's got it like a chance to show like she's a legitimate champion.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
The question is for how long, though.
Hopefully more than
Hopefully,
a month.
hopefully.
Yeah, they need to let her have a run because, and they need to keep the title off of Charlotte. I am so tired of her getting thrown into these title matches just because of her name.
You know, this
She
is
hasn't
the
Well,
fought her way into a title match in God knows how long.
that, and I
She
think
just pops up, says, "I want to
yeah,
fight the champion," and they're like,
yeah, I think it's
"Yes,
because of
Queen.
her name,
Yes, Queen."
but also because they wanted her to try to catch up to her father as like the 16th time
All right, you know
champion.
what? Then let her have a damn career to do it. Don't do it in 5, 6 years.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Short attention
I mean, her
span, so
her title reigns have been so freaking short.
Yeah,
It's no wonder she's got 14 of them.
I know.
but also I think they do it because they know that they might not have her for too long. Because look how many times she's been in and out of WWE lately. You know.
she
well,
goes
she
in.
just got screwed because she was supposed to have a movie role, and the last second WWE pulled out. It was her and Liv Morgan were supposed to be in a movie about
I think it was because they were both hurt.
What,
I don't
WWE?
know. No, I don't know
The
what the
fact that they
reason
got
was they got
pulled out of
pulled
the
from the
movie.
movie. It was Betty Faye, or it was like the first ever women's wrestling champion, and I think Charlotte was supposed to get the lead in that, and they were set to start filming. Like they agreed to it, but WWE I guess didn't agree to it, so they pulled them both, and then now Camille from the NWA is supposed to take Charlotte's role, and Tony Storm is taking Liv Morgan's role.
Uh,
Oh,
well, that's what they say showbiz for you.
Yep.
They give it and they take it away.
no business like show business.
Bastards in Stamford.
Exactly.
No, but tell us how you really feel,
Oh,
though.
okay, I got it. I got it.
What do you got?
You got the article?
Yeah, I'm gonna share it in the uh in the chat in the room. Not
Okay.
so so everybody can just read it.
Roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Yeah, Queen of the Ring, Mildred Burke. That's who it's based off of.
Yeah, she got wrestling school too and everything.
They were supposed to start this June. Oh wow, this is from May. I felt like I just read about this a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We lost the beast for a couple. It's all good.
Yeah, he'll come back in.
Vince,
Yeah.
just because I said that those rat bastards from Stanford.
Oh, there he is.
Vince gotcha.
So they did suffer shoulder injury, from what I saw in the article.
Yeah. Yeah, Liv Morgan's got a shoulder injury that's going to require surgery.
Okay. Yeah, because
Wow.
I didn't know why they were taken off, but all I know is that Camille from the NWA is replacing Charlotte, and Tony Storm's replacing Liv Morgan.
Weird.
So I would love to hear Tony Storm's American accent.
Hmm. Okay, that would be interesting. It would be. So anyway, back to the match though.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy for and you know what? This is like what the first time in like 5 years that the Money in the Bank holder lasted more than a day with the Money in the Bank, at least on the women's side.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also give credit because I really like the finish. Like kind of counting the miss in a way, like
Oh
overcoming
yeah,
that.
Mm.
yeah. It was a good finish. It made sense. Charlotte's
Yeah.
got Bianca locked in the figure eight. Asuka just casually walks up to her, gets down on her hands and knees, looks her dead in the face, and hits her with the mist. And Charlotte is screaming in pain from
Right.
the mist.
Kind of reminds me of when Kachiri did it.
Oh yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
then and then Asuka gets up, goes to do a roundhouse kick to Bianca, completely misses. Goes to pick her up, and Bianca rolls her into a small package and gets the win. And she and Charlotte get untangled. Charlotte rolls out of the ring. She's still screaming in pain from the mist. And then you hear Io's music hit. She
Yep.
comes barreling down to the ring. Asuka rolls out of the ring to try and stop her and gets absolutely waylaid with the
Damage control just
briefcase.
came in like the assist in the football team.
They came in like Lawrence Taylor on Joe Theismann.
Boom. That's all we heard.
And then Io just absolutely destroys Bianca,
Yep.
which
But
was definitely the right call.
yeah.
Io needed this to push herself.
What do
Yeah,
you what do you think about some people were talking about in the chat about the possible scenario of Bianca turning heel from this?
Oh, definitely. She needs a heel turn. Her
I
face
th-
character is very stale.
I think she's been teasing this for a while.
Yeah. I mean, look at the reaction from Money in the Bank when they were down in Puerto Rico. Again, it was just like her match down there. They were booing her. So I mean, we're booing her. So that just proves that her face character is getting stale.
That's getting there. We'll see what happens though. I mean, it would be, but if she turns heel, I think her joining up with the Hurt Business would be a really smart move because that faction has potential.
Especially with her husband possibly joining it.
Hey,
Who's to say they have to be a heel faction?
Listen, they're heels.
I think that's how they've been presenting themselves as heels more than faces. I mean, I agree the point. It's just how they're presenting it. So
Right.
maybe it might be a tweener faction,
Yeah, could be.
possibly.
Honestly,
Just as
They
sometimes
could be a cleaner faction.
cleaning the tweener, holding up all these factions. Look at that.
honestly,
Gentlemen,
sometimes some
we come
people
to the
make the
finale.
better heels.
What was that?
We come to the finale.
Sometimes people make the better heels.
That, yes, and definitely something to discuss another time because that's a good topic. Who's a heel? So let's go on to the main event.
Tribal combat. Jey Uso, Roman Reigns.
For the chili peppers. I mean, the lay.
Anything goes for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship and the Tribal Chief position.
I'm sorry. I love the joke people were making about he was wearing a whole bunch of red like jalapeno peppers around his neck. You know, it's like that's a nice joke. I know it's not not real, but that's still a funny joke.
Yeah.
Although I was thinking of red shark teeth for some reason because some way they were angled. You know. Yeah. First off, in the first half of this match, I liked the insane physicality here. Like they told a good story in the ring
Oh yeah,
and even
definitely.
outside. But I'm getting tired of the interferences. I'm really getting tired of them. I don't care if it's a heel thing. It's still kind of stupid after a while. It's kind of like it's one of the things I'm like, whatever. That's kind of made me turn off on the NWO and everything else when they start doing this whole, I can't beat it by myself, so I'm gonna have someone else do it for me. It's like, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is getting stale.
Yeah. But the swerve at the end.
Which I called. I called it.
Swerve.
Swerve.
I said Jimmy was going to come back and screw his brother over.
Not even brother tag teams are safe in WWE.
Nope. Vince does not like tag teams. He really doesn't like tag teams.
He never has.
Nope.
Some of the best matches that I've seen are tag team matches.
Oh, no
You
doubt.
know that. You know that. You both else know that. I know that. He doesn't know that.
He doesn't.
No,
I think Vince was going senile 40 years ago.
Wait, was going senile? He's been senile for a long time. Come on.
Yeah.
He's been
Did you
senile
hear what
since...
I said? I said he was going senile 40 years ago.
Yeah, which meant he was senile.
I think he was going crazy when he decided to make Hornswoggle his legitimate son.
I think he was senile.
That's when I think it started.
No, it started when he was born. He's been senile
Cleaner
since
got
birth.
it. Cleaner got what I was going with.
There you
He
go.
got it. That was the point I was trying to make. Like,
But I think
he started.
But I think during the 80s, he had, without a doubt, the greatest tag team division in wrestling history.
Yeah.
Out of any promotion, out of any territory, he had the greatest tag team division ever. You had the Bulldogs.
Right.
You had the Hart Foundation.
Right, of course.
You had Demolition. You
Was
had
that
the Killer
90s?
Bees. Demolition in the 80s, too.
Late 80s then. That's what I was remembering. Okay. Killer Bees.
You had the Killer Bees.
Weren't they mostly jobbers? I was say joggers.
No, they put on some good matches. You had the Dream Team.
Oh, Beefcake Valentine?
Yes.
Okay.
The Hart Foundation, you name it.
Yeah, I said the Hart Foundation.
What about
the Rockers. Yes.
Yep, the Rockers. Good one.
Then you had, in the late 80s, early 90s, you had Power and Glory.
What about Stud and Bundy?
Yes.
Brain
without a doubt.
Oh, the Brainbusters, yeah.
Brainbusters was a good one.
Like Steiner Brothers.
Steiner Brothers, I'm not going to qualify them as good in the WWE because they spend most of their time in WCW. They were in WWE a short time. They weren't there long enough to qualify as being part of the greatest tag team division.
How long were they there?
But then again, how long were the Brainbusters there for? Because they were wrestling as part of the Horsemen in NWA.
That I'm going to have to agree with, too.
Yeah.
It's, like
Powers of Pain.
I still count them.
Well,
Yeah, they only
entitled to
had
their opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue your opinion.
They only had 2 full years in WWE.
And what about Legion of Doom? How long were they there for?
Legion of Doom was there from most of the 90s.
Would you count them though? Because even though they
on
came
and
from,
off too.
Yeah, would you count them though, since they came from NWA?
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, yes, I would, because they had such strong runs in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot. Their runs were a lot stronger than the Brainbusters.
They were the main bosses in the in WrestleFest game, so yeah, gotta give them credit for that.
Well, yeah, they had such good runs because they were over before they came to the WWE. You know.
Oh God. I remember first time seeing Road Warriors / Legion of Doom, and I was just like, these guys. I was entrenched as a kid. I was like, these guys look like they could just come over, smack you, and all you gotta say is just all you can say is thank you, and that's it.
So it looks like
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
they only had about 5 years in the WWE.
Wow.
They had one stint from 1990 to 92, and then their second stint was 98 to 99, with their last match being in 2003.
I didn't know that.
But I still think
Ah.
they qualify as part of the greatest tag team division because of that first run.
Greatest tag team in WWE? Yeah, I guess you could say that because they were kind of over.
Kind
They
of.
were one of
No.
the greatest.
They were not the greatest tag team in WWE history.
No,
No.
not top one.
They were obviously one of the.
They're the greatest tag team probably in wrestling history.
That I will definitely agree with.
But
I
in
don't
terms,
know.
if we're talking about exclusive to WWE, no.
Yeah, no.
Exclusive to WWE, the greatest tag team of all time has to be either the Hart Foundation or Demolition. And I'm leaning more towards Hart Foundation.
I lean towards Hart Foundation.
I would say,
Ooh, I want to hear this.
honestly, for me, it's either the Dudleys or Team Extreme.
Yeah, I was about to name them too.
That's
because
more like
they've had more longevity than the other two teams.
It's debatable. We're gonna have to definitely.
I mean,
we'll put this into another show.
Yeah,
this is a good debate one, so we'll have to waste the work.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good debate.
That's a good debate. Greatest tag teams.
Yeah.
Make a note.
Speaking of which, that tournament's going to happen in February.
Ooh, there we go. So to continue the rest of the match, though, then we had the interferences from Solo, which I was like, yeah, I kind of figured that.
Yeah, you knew Solo was going to get involved. He always does.
Yeah, and that's like that last hope of like with Jay just knocking him down, and then Jimmy. I was just like, at that point, I was just like, I was like kind of like Cornette. I was gonna do a Cornette thing. God fucking damn it! What is this shit? Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Cole was animated over it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Damn you, Jimmy! Damn you all to hell!"
I'll tell you what. You take Vince McMahon out Michael Cole's ear, and he's one of the better commentators in the whole industry.
I will gladly agree with that. Like after you saw like a 90-day difference when Vince wasn't there, Cole Cole was like an announcer. Like he fits the role a lot better now. It's like I don't feel like he has like a damn puppet string in his back.
I mean, he's not my personal favorite.
No, but he's good.
No, he's like top 2 or 3.
Yeah,
I actually like Cole. I like Cole when he was with Taz. I think that's when he was better.
Taz and Cole.
That's when he was at. Yes, of course. I will agree with that. That's when he was at his best. But
you heard of Cole Train? We're gonna talk Cole Taz. But the fact that Jimmy came back and screwed his brother over just sets up more and more matches down the line.
How long was he out for?
About 2.5, 3 weeks.
I thought it was longer.
No, it was about 3 weeks.
But the thing is also that's related to the match was also the press conference when Heyman was talking about it, and somebody asked him how far along you think we are in this bloodline, and he said bottom the third, and I was like, all right, screw this, I'm out. I'm walking away because if it's a bottom of the third, that means we're gonna see this for a few more years.
This ain't a high school game where we're gonna get a mercy rule.
No.
We're gonna go to the bottom of the 9th, and we're probably gonna go to extra innings.
I'm going next door and be like, "Hey, AW, can I go? Can I play for your team? Thank you."
See, here's the thing, right? Even though I don't watch WWE, I like the fact that they're they have this long school, this long storytelling
Yeah.
that this story is going on for years now, and like I was watching a video about how like Triple H is like reinventing storytelling in the WWE because he's borrowing from like old school NWA. He's borrowing from a lot of like old school NWA mixed with like HBO
Yeah.
Prime shows like
Yes.
HBO like Sopranos or Game of Thrones.
I saw Game of Thrones, honestly.
Yeah,
He's
but like
he's reach he's reaching back into the history of television
yeah,
and plucking out the long-standing shows. He's
and
grabbing onto things like MASH. He's grabbing onto things like Gunsmoke. He's grabbing onto
he
things
was
like Bonanza.
he was talking like the video was showing he's not treating this as episodic where you don't really need to watch last week's episode or the previous episodes to understand what's going on this week.
Yeah.
Thank
He's
God.
doing it more like I forgot the word they used, but it was basically like if you haven't watched now, you need to go back and watch
Oh, it's
some
like
of the old
cereal.
school
You're thinking
stuff.
like a
Serial,
cereal.
yes, that was the
Yeah.
word that I'm thinking
Yeah.
of. But yeah, no, that's how he's booking it, and I actually I do enjoy that because I prefer longer storylines that make the viewer like you have to look out for the little bits and pieces and the little eggs and the little small things
hmm
because that
You want
rewards
to
the
look for the
viewer at the
Easter
end.
eggs
I still want to feel like
in the
it's going
storyline.
somewhere though, because sometimes I feel like they're doing something and then swerve. I'm like, it's going nowhere. And then another one is swerve, and it's just like, it's almost like here, here, up. No wait, here,
Yep.
Yeah,
no,
Like that
no wait.
like that Geico commercial with the guy with the fishing line and the dollar bill on the end of the line. Oh,
Yeah,
you gotta be quicker than that.
see,
Oh,
see
almost had it.
if Cody's really going to be the guy that ends it at 40, they should. I feel like they should do like a little tease now, just like on a random episode of Raw or SmackDown or whatever show it's going to be. Maybe even at a pay per view. Pay per view. Um, just like have them just like walk by each other, just look,
mm-hmm.
and then just walk away. That's it.
Yeah.
Just
Just in
simple as
But
that.
see, the
case.
problem is Cody is exclusive to Raw, and Roman is exclusive to SmackDown.
Don't matter.
Okay, so
Come
then,
on.
like I
But
said,
then
at a pay per
and
view.
it has to be at a pay per view that they do that walk by.
Okay,
Really,
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. At a pay per view, just have them
pay-per-view.
walk by, look at each other, and then just walk through. So that like you're teasing, like, yeah, this is gonna be the guy to do it, and just give some patience, and we're gonna build to it.
See, my
That's
thing
all.
is you have them not so much walk by each other, but they're walking and and they're directly in front of each other, and you give him that stare, and Roman
Yeah, yeah.
just ever so slightly turns his head
Or
away.
it could be, you know what it could be?
It's
It
like,
could be Cody doing an interview,
mhm,
and Roman just walks right into the shot, stares at him, and then walks off.
that would be a good tease.
That's it.
But again, I think them walking up to each other just out of nowhere, Cody's walking down the hallway, and then Roman like turns the corner, and Cody just looks at him like,
You know why an interview would be better? Because the point that I would want is that Cody's complete demeanor changes once he sees Roman. He's happy and go lucky in the interview. Once he locks eyes with Roman, shuts down. Everything is different.
that's a good idea. That's a good call. I like that
Mhm.
idea.
Yes, I agree.
Because this is where you want that WWE redemption story,
hmm
I guess. Because like they didn't want Cody had that finish the story thing, but the finish the story never happened in WWE.
Right.
So obviously to Vince and to Paul doesn't matter. If it doesn't happen in WWE, it doesn't matter. Which
Right.
I hate. So like this is the whole year of I think you know what should be happening? Cody should be losing up until like SummerSlam. And then he starts to win the big matches. So that you have that what you should have had with John Cena when he lost to The Rock the first time,
Uh-huh.
where this is Cody's worst year ever. Coming back to WWE was a mistake, you know, and then you build that, and then he starts to win. He starts to win another match here. Now he wins the Royal Rumble for the second straight year, and now he goes to WrestleMania to conquer Roman Reigns.
You have to really build on that and make sure to keep the fans involved, because that's the problem. Is that it's not so much where the story's gonna be good, it's where the fans are gonna basically latch onto it. Because you can have a
It
great story and the fans are still gonna be like, whatever.
thankfully he's still this is probably one of the two biggest baby faces right now in WWE. It's him and
Yeah.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
definitely.
it all depends on if LA Knight keeps on rising.
Yeah.
Because you should know I tell you right now, the way that I am with booking, if I was whoever's in charge of creative in WWE, I would know what my main event for WrestleMania is by Survivor Series. That's when you
that's a
should
good map.
know.
Yeah.
That's when you should know who your main event is, because then you could give the challenger the Royal Rumble win.
You have like
You could
what?
set that in stone.
You have like from Survivor Series would be like about 5 months, about give or take.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
that'd be
mean,
a
now
good
that
time.
there's a second world championship, you could technically like maybe wait until whatever the March pay per view is going to be, if it's still going to be Elimination Chamber or
I say
whatever.
February. I say February.
Yeah,
Because
like
yeah, because remember WrestleMania can be sometimes it be late, like could be in the mid, almost
well,
March.
what is 40 right now?
What?
They should have the date for that.
Yeah,
April 6th and 7th.
April 6th and
Okay,
7th. He said.
so it depends on when that that mid pay per view is, because you also got to remember most likely Revolution is going to be that first week of March, so that's not going to be the WWE pay per view.
Here.
Because I know they don't have a pay per view booked for that right now, because all they probably have is Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
I said 2024. Why'd you give me 2023? 2023. Whoever you are. Okay, not you, but yeah.
Ranger saw some big news.
Ooh.
What? Dude.
Just reading about the heel turn from earlier. From
Oh,
Monday
from
night.
tonight. Oh,
From where?
The heel turn from Monday night.
Which one?
We'll discuss that after the show.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I know what, but
My man, he's over there.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
Yeah.
We lost Beast's.
Beast
Keep
is
losing
back.
Beast's video.
Yeah. So
Beast. It doesn't matter if people are crossing in the background. We don't give a damn about them.
no, but it's like he does need a cover because especially his workplace. He's making a smart move. Trust me on that one.
Yeah.
Social media is weird.
So,
Yeah.
but getting
one
back
thing
to the
to
match,
cover.
it was
Okay.
absolutely insane the amount of abuse they put each other through.
It was a war.
Yes.
I loved it.
It was tribal combat.
it was.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the vignette before
Yeah.
the match? I loved watching that vignette with the Wild Samoans and how they were talking in Samoan.
Mm-hmm.
That just made it so much better.
I gotta love the production with that. The package.
They speak it fluently at home.
Of course.
That's pretty much all they speak at home. The only time they speak English is when people who don't speak it is around.
they're at the top of the tree, right? The family tree.
Right now,
The
yes.
Samoan.
The Wild
the Wild
Samoans,
Samoans. Yeah. Okay.
Afa and Sika.
Yes.
Other than that, So one last thing to cover before we go into overall grade. What did you think about the whole crazy thing with the canceled match?
Oh, Becky
Well,
and
with Trish,
Yeah, Becky and
Becky
Trish,
and
how that got
Trish.
canceled and
They
postponed.
they never should. Again, they should have put a match on the pre-show. They, you're gonna, you may agree and may disagree.
I mean,
Shayna and Ronda should have been on the pre-show, and Trish and Becky should have been on the main show.
Well,
absolutely.
supposedly it got cut due to time restraints.
The damn thing still
That's
didn't end until 12:15.
yeah, that's why they had to cut it.
It was cut way before that. It was cut days before. Don't, there's
It
no
was
way in
cut
hell
days
they could
before,
tell people that it was cut due to time constraints when the show ran until 12:15 at night.
and especially because they had that long intro for for the Tribal Combat Zone, which also
Yeah.
I think was did it too.
Oh wait, didn't Kid Rock open the show?
He did.
Yeah, they had time for him, but they didn't have time for Becky and
That's what
and
they should have cut.
Trish. Yeah,
That's what they should have cut. Nobody gives a shit about Kid Rock in 2020, 2023.
yeah, exactly.
Of course they do. He shot up a whole bunch of beer cans.
Yeah,
Everything he's
trying to
done so
make a
far.
statement against a company, and meanwhile he bought the beer cans. They still made money.
Yeah,
I don't get that sort of activism either.
I don't either.
You buy something, you shoot it. I don't get it.
So
Yeah, the company's still making money. They don't
okay,
care
so
about what you do with it.
here we go.
Yes. Hang on a second.
I have the Hanoi family tree.
All right. You're gonna do.
I'm gonna put that
Post
picture
it
up
in the
right
chat.
now. No,
Honestly,
I'm gonna put that
I
picture
do.
up right now.
By the way, Brian, I do agree. That match, that would have been a better thing doing that. Changing to his pre-show. That would have been a lot better.
And I'm gonna scroll down just a little bit more because there's one more at the bottom.
You know, it's the funny thing. I forgot who it was, but somebody was interviewing the Usos, and they were talking about. They were like, "Okay, I'm gonna name off these names. How are they related to you?" And literally every single response was cousin, 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 cousin.
I saw that. I saw that video. That was hilarious.
And like one dude was their cousin, but they call him uncle.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wow. Danny Garcia.
Oh wow. So Solo, his name is actually Yokozuna.
His middle name is Yokozuna.
Wow. Man, look at that tree. It's like amazing.
Yeah, that's really confusing.
Damn, I didn't realize. I didn't realize Yokozuna passed away in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I could have sworn it was later, but man.
I actually thought it was like 99. To be honest.
no,
Oh, you know what? He was on the Heroes of Wrestling, the one we talked about last week with Pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on that show.
Man. It's such an interesting family tree.
No, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. You know, they follow the Bible. It said be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
Not saying in a bad way, you know. They just believe in big families.
Yeah.
So far out of that family tree, I've got to meet the Wild Samoans, and I got to meet the Usos.
Nice.
I've seen Roman live in person. I just never was able to like actually meet him, maybe get a pic with him, but I've seen him in person.
Wow. I didn't know Albright was part of the tree.
Who?
Albright.
I saw that name. Where was it?
Gary next.
He married into it.
Okay.
He married.
Yeah.
So he married Monica Inoue.
Sorry for cutting off. It was my bad. So what were you gonna say? Sorry. Fitz, what were you gonna say?
No, I said I met Roman Reigns 10 years ago.
Wow.
When he was part of the
none of them. Oh, my joke. What were you gonna say, Fitz?
No, I said I met Roman when he was part of the Shield.
Mm.
Yeah, that's when I seen him in person when he was part of the Shield. When I went to the WrestleMania Access, but
Hmm.
I wasn't able to actually meet him, which I would have liked
Yeah,
to.
and
But
like I was saying, I met nobody.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's all right. All right, gentlemen, it was
Overall,
a
you're great.
very, very good discussion tonight. Thank you,
Yeah.
Fitz
Before we go,
Balor,
hold
Animal
on.
Beast
Yeah, but
Before we
Beast.
before
go,
we
before we
go,
go, before we
before we
go,
go,
before we go.
yeah, your
All
grades.
your final grade on SummerSlam.
Are we doing numbers or letters?
Either way you want to do it.
I would have to give SummerSlam a B plus.
Okay.
The only thing that kept it from getting an A was the Shayna Ronda match.
Okay. Fitz?
Fitz?
I would have to give it a B, not only because of the whole Ronda Shayna mess, but I think there was like a couple matches that had like a couple disappointing expectations and endings with like Seth and Finn. It was a nice touch where they played the 7 years of what happened. But I think most of us, including myself, we expected maybe Finn to win. Or I mean, not that I didn't want Seth to lose, but don't you think it would have been cool if Finn won?
Yeah, would have been cool. But then
Beast.
would Priest, change?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the whole Priest cashing thing was always a possibility, but I didn't think it was gonna happen with Priest yet because let him hold on to it. And with the tribal combat match was still good, but it's like nobody ate Jay and seeing Jimmy turn on him. It's like okay, well, where they go? I mean, I think they'll hold this off till Mania.
Good point.
Beast.
I'm gonna give it a B minus, just
Okay.
because of like y'all said, the Sheena and Ronda match, but also because of the simple fact that they could have had the Becky and Trish match. So I give it a B minus because of that.
Fair
I
enough.
give it a 72 out of 146. Um, Mainly because I didn't watch. I was watching Collision.
That's a
And
good
just to
answer.
round off, good answer.
Say
What?
that again?
I figured you were watching that Saturday.
Hmm.
CM Punk will be proud of you.
Well, then he could go to hell. Then I gotta watch WWE now. I don't want him proud of me.
My grade is about, I'd say, I give it about an 80. The Shayna match could have been, should have been in the beginning. I agree that Becky should have been in the middle. Should have swapped over. Maybe I put the Battle Royale first and then into the other matches with Logan Paul and everybody. But then again, Logan Paul needed to go down south, so that made more sense, so he can get this match over with and go see his brother. So you could see why they did that. And otherwise, it was some great action, some great falls, just storylines. I'm just kind of like wondering if I'm really going to keep invested, because right now, after this, I'm going to go turn on Collision.
So,
Anyway,
all right, gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. It was
Thank
great
you for
having you
having.
guys.
It was
thank
great
you.
being here. It was my pleasure,
As always, until
and
next
thank you.
week.
Thank you.
Too sweet.
Too sweet, everybody. Woo woo. Okay. 3, 2.
Guns up. And he goes, "You have a stupid beard." Mind you, he had a beard as well.